Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing the next part in the Swatch My Collection series on my unboxing of the Halloween swap box I did with Bethany. A lot of you guys said you wanted to see those swatched, so I picked 10 of those polishes out to share with you today, and let's go ahead and get started. Before I get started, I wanted to say I will link all of the makers in the description box. I know not all of these are available, but it's a good representation of the brand itself if you're interested in any of them. The first polish is from the brand Celestial, and this is in the shade Chases the Fairy. This is a bright neon green polish with shredded black glitter. This was nice. This is very Halloween, so this is very what I want for the season right now. It did take 3 coats to be completely opaque for me, but I really love the finished look. I love these like bright colors with the like contrasting black glitter. It's such a nice, like, I don't like to use the word, but juxtaposition of shades, and I really just enjoy the look of this one. This one does dry a little bit textured. It is a little bit difficult to remove, but it is entirely worth it. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Chases the Fairy and a glossy top coat. The next polish is from Deluxe Polish, and this is in the shade Olive You Long Time. This is a nice olivey green polish with holographic flakies. This is my first Deluxe polish. I have been really craving their like jellies with the larger glitter. So this isn't what I expected. It is a little bit on the thicker side. It is a little bit more difficult to use, but it is really beautiful on nail altogether. I did get this completely opaque in 2 coats. This dries down a little bit dulled and a tiny bit textured, so you will want a nice glossy top coat either way. But overall, just a pretty good first impression of Deluxe. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Olive You Long Time and a glossy top coat. The next polish is from another brand that's completely new to me, and this is Emily Damali, and this is in the shade Flight of Fancy. This is a light pink / lavendery shade with larger shredded flakies that shift from blue to green to like a light purple. This is beautiful. This is really nice in 3 coats. It does take 3 coats to be completely opaque, but it looks nice with a matte top coat, and that's something that I really like for flaky polishes. This one had a good formula. It was easy to use, easy to work with. The only thing is those flakies actually really did stick to my nail pretty badly, and it made removal just a little bit difficult, but it wasn't so bad if you compare it to like glitter. But in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Flight of Fancy and a glossy top coat, and if you head over to my Instagram page, I will also show this with a matte top coat. The next polish is from the brand Ever After, and this is the one that a lot of people requested me to swatch. This is in the shade Termites in Your Teeth, and unfortunately this is one that you can't get because Bethany had this one custom made for us. It's a nice bright pukey green with green to I think like a yellow shifting flaky. This one's beautiful. It has a great formula. It's a little bit on the thicker side, but it makes it to where it doesn't move. It stays right where you put it, easy to use. The only complaint that I have with this is that it is a terrible stainer. It stains pretty dang bad. So I double dump all base coat. I'm not sure if that's an issue with Ever After. In general, I only have a couple polishes from them, and neither one of those have staining issues. This is another one though that looks amazing with a matte top coat, which I just said is something that I totally look for in a polish with flakies, so I really enjoyed this one. In my swatch photo here, you're going to see 2 coats of Termites in Your Smile and a glossy top coat, and then on my Instagram page I will also show it with a matte top coat. The next polish is from Glam Polish, and this is in the shade Killer Klowns from Outer Space. This is a burnt orange holographic shade. It does lean a little bit more on the red side. This has, you know, a great formula. It's Glam Polish. I swatch them all the time, and I don't think there's been a single polish that I didn't care for the formula on. Perfect in 2 coats, easy to use, easy to work with, stays where you put it. It dries a little flat, and it dries a tiny bit textured because these holographic glitters in here are actual glitter, so it will be a little bit difficult to remove as well. But in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Killer Klowns from Outer Space and a glossy top coat. Put this one back in the box, but our next polish is called Falling Petals, and this is from the brand Elamite. This is the Live Love Polish brand. This is a super sophisticated light pink polish with a purple shimmer and holographic micro glitter. This was okay. It's very sheer. It takes 3 coats to be pretty much opaque, but it is nice for that classic sophisticated look. If I were going for that though, I would do 2 coats. This had a thinner formula. It wasn't per se difficult to work with, but you did have to work in thin coats, which made buildup even a little bit more difficult. But overall, this one was okay. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Falling Petals and a glossy top coat. The next polish is from the brand Lynn B Designs, and this is also my first experience with this brand. This is in the shade Potter. This is a black holographic polish, and being a huge fan of Harry Potter myself, I really like this one solely for that sake, but the polish itself is beyond phenomenal. Fantastic formula, easy to use, easy to work with. It dries down a little bit dull. It is completely opaque in 2 coats. Dries down a little bit dull, but add the top coat and it just screams holographic. It's so beautiful. This also had a really nice formula. Wasn't too thick, wasn't too thin. It's one of those polishes that I say just kind of applies itself. You can do what you want with it and it's just going to kind of stay put. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of Potter and a glossy top coat. The next polish is my first experience with Noodles nail polish, and this is in the shade On Broadway. This is I think it was supposed to be a white Crelly, but it's a super light pink Crelly polish with pink, orange, blue, yellow, green glitter, and then even smaller than that, there are pink and blue and purple glitter, and the larger glitters are matte, and the smaller glitters are, you know, shiny. I can't think of the word right now. This was nice. It was a little bit on the thicker side, as Crellys usually are. It did take 3 coats to be completely opaque, as Crellys usually do. And it dries textured. It is difficult to remove, but the overall finished look of the manicure is something that I really enjoyed during the spring and summertime. I did do 2 coats of top coat with this because with each layer it added just a little bit more texture, and it just made it to where it was hard to get fully smooth with just 1 coat of top coat. So I do typically for these use a glitter eating top coat, which is just a little bit on the thicker side. So I did need 2 coats of that, so just something to keep in mind. This one also looks really nice matte, though if you're going to do the 2 coats of top coat, I wouldn't recommend it. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of On Broadway and a glossy top coat. The next polish is from Pampered Polish, again my first experience with this brand. This is in the shade Bela Lugosi Red. This is a super deep, dark, vampy, oxblood red jelly polish. This does take 2 to 3 coats to be completely opaque, but it is so beautiful for the fall / winter time for me. I really thoroughly enjoyed this one. This had a good formula. It was easy to use, easy to work with, not too thick, not too thin, just kind of your standard, nothing to note about this formula. I also wanted to say that this brand has the brush that I really like. It's not super thick where I like paint on the side of my nail, but it's not super thin where it takes 100 brush strokes to like cover your nail. This one also dries pretty glossy, though I would just recommend a top coat for longevity. And I think that's it. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 2 coats of this Pampered polish that I'm not going to try to pronounce again, and a glossy top coat. And the last polish is my first experience with squishy face polish. Obviously, I am not as big of an indie fanatic as I thought I was, because I don't think I've tried something from like half of these brands at least. But this is in the shade Mon Chéri Petite, and this was from the Indie Shop VIP grab bag from last year at some point. This is a light pink with a holographic shimmer and larger flakies. So it does resemble the Emily Damali polish quite a bit, but the Emily Damali polish has the ultra chrome, you know, the shifting flakies and a ton more of them, and then the squishy face polish has less of them and they are like maybe a pink to purple shift, while the Emily Damali goes from multiple colors. This had a good formula, was opaque in 3 coats. It was a little bit on the thicker side. I think since it's a little bit older, that's just something that happens. If I added a little bit of thinner, I'm sure it would have a phenomenal formula. It was just a teensy bit on the thick side. This does dry smooth, and unlike the Emily Damali, it wasn't difficult to remove by any means. It does dry just a little bit dull though, so either way you're going to want a glossy top coat. So in my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of Mon Chéri Petite and a glossy top. And that is it, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this video. Let me know if you've tried any of these brands, if you plan on picking anything up from them, what your favorite was from this week, what your favorite is from the brands in general. Just talk to me, you know? Talk to me. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I will talk to you next time.